Hi, I'm Brina.
And I'm Dee Dee.
And we're Mighty Moms to Owen and Tad, who are both on the autism spectrum.
We're going to share real, honest content and experiences
About what it's like to be a mom of a kiddo on the autism spectrum.
Between the two of us, there is nothing we haven't experienced.
We don't hold back, and neither should you.
Here we go.
Welcome to Mighty Moms Podcast, number 1 for 2025. This is our first episode of the year, first of many. We've gotten into a really good routine of coming on every Monday. I think we've only missed like one in the last 2 or 3 months.
We did great. Of course, the holidays came along, and then we got Snowmageddon.
Which is not common for where we live.
It is not.
Yeah.
I saw where it's going to be 67 on Friday here.
Is it really? Because I heard there's another snowstorm coming.
Oh, really? That might have changed.
So it says dangerously low temperatures for next weekend.
Oh.
Like 9 degrees.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And
we're
possibly
not used to
snow
it.
with it. And we're not. People up north are like, oh, my gosh, like the minute we get flurries, school cancels and everything.
You have
like,
to be.
We're not equipped for snow. Like, we're on the border of Texas, and like, I live in Texas, and we're just not like, we're lucky. Some years we go without getting any snow ever, like the whole winter. And when we do.
And usually we get just ice, and it's fierce ice. Like, it's the one you just don't need to travel in.
Yes.
But this time we got a good
And I
powder
love getting
snow.
a good snow.
And
I love it.
It was beautiful. I walked every day in it with my dogs and enjoyed I like the cold. Tad,
I like the cold
hates
too.
the cold. Like
I'm like, you can always layer up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I love the summer too, so I don't know.
But I enjoy all the seasons, I guess.
Yeah. But it snowed, and it's funny because Owen didn't really like, he doesn't care to like go play in it. I can't remember if I sent you the videos of him sledding with Ronnie.
I saw y'all going, but I didn't see.
So the video is so funny because he's nonverbal, but he makes tons of sounds. But Ronnie actually got on the sled, put Owen in between his legs in front of him, and then held the phone like this and videoed on the way down.
No.
And so you just see Owen's face, and he's like, "What the are we doing?" And he goes, "Ah! Ah!" Like, it was so cute. He was like, I was rolling. I was like, I don't think he likes that. But I think he was just like.
Has he ever been on like a roller coaster or any kind of ride? Like,
No. And in fact, we went to Six Flags with my older son's youth group on January 1. And we went to, what's the mine train or whatever? Not the little one, but the next one up. And I went on it with friends and their 2 kids. And Owen didn't go with us because I didn't know how he would fare all day because it's a long day.
Yeah.
And I thought, he might actually like this. But I don't know. We just have to see.
We took Tad to Disney World one Christmas. And I think he might have been 8.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how that was going to go. And that's a long trip to make because we drove. That's a long trip to make. I mean, we went with all our family.
How old was he?
I think he's about 8.
Okay.
And so the first 2 days, I think we went to Universal. Hated it because I thought he'd love it because of the Minions, because he loves Minions and Transformers, and he liked all of that. But then we got in. They're all like animated 3D. And I think it was too much sensory.
Yeah.
Literally, we were on in the mini ride, and he was crawling up Mike's head like a cat, like hanging on to him. And the guy was so kind. He was like, "Do you want us to stop the ride?" And Mike's like, "No, he's okay. Like, we'll push through."
Yeah.
But let me tell you, that boy, we get near a ride, he was like, "Mm-mm." He sat down. I am not going.
I am not doing it.
He's not. But Disney World, we probably rode Peter Pan 20 times.
Yeah.
The Peter Pan ride, it's in a cave.
Yeah.
And it was that and the Seven Dwarfs,
See,
which is like the mine train. So
we've talked about Disney on one of our really early podcasts because it was a really horrible experience for us because Owen was in the middle of his, like, when you get an autism diagnosis, for us anyway, it was a series of 3 appointments. And we had done 2, and we were waiting on that. So he didn't have his diagnosis yet.
Yeah.
but he had just turned 3, and he was in all those
Yes.
aggressive behaviors, and it was all a blur,
Yeah.
And we didn't do any. I didn't personally ride any rides, and he didn't either. Like it was
that
just
was stressful.
Yeah. So we need to try it again now because he's so much better now.
And I have to say, they accommodated for Tad.
And they do. And I found that because you already had his diagnosis, right? Or
no, I didn't even have his diagnosis.
Okay.
They didn't.
Now they have a program for kids with autism.
Really?
Yes. And so you don't have to wait in any lines.
I didn't wait in any. That we got a fast pass.
Okay.
They gave us that. We didn't have to pay for it.
Okay. So they do that now.
And we went to front. We never waited in a line ever.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And so if you don't know that,
they're like, he can ride it as many. I'm like, he wants to go again. They're like, get back on there. Just stay on there. That's what he said. If he wants to do it again, just tell him to stay on.
I love that.
They were just very kind.
I've heard that it's
accommodating.
And we had heard that like right before we went, but we didn't have his diagnosis yet. And so,
well, I mean, Tad, we knew, but we did at the time. You remember the diagnosis and all, but I didn't even. I just said he has special needs, and I didn't even have to show them anything.
Yeah,
like literally, they just. I mean, they could tell he's nonverbal.
Right,
I mean, once we got there, but I did have. I have to remember, I did have a letter from his doctor. That I did present to them, and that's all I had to have. Medical assurance that it was he did have some needs. So
if you're thinking about going to Disney, I'd like to try it again now that we have his diagnosis and we can put those actions into place before we go.
But let me tell you, because we wanted to do the Small World and the line was so long.
Yeah,
they moved us up, and I have to tell you, it was me, my sister-in-law, her 3 kids. My other sister-in-law and her, so there was 8 of us, and they all got to go with us because they were our family. Yeah. Like nobody waited behind. Yeah. We all got in. Yeah. So any rides we rode together, they let us all in. That's so good. We could ride together. Right.
You don't want to have, because that would defeat the whole purpose if you had to sit there and wait on them to get off. Yeah.
But anyway, awesome. We were very appreciative of that. So we got one lot. Who's on our face?
Is it Bubba?
Bubba, that's you. I can't tell who on Facebook. It's hard to tell who's live. We got a lot of people on TikTok. Thank you, TikTok. Y'all are always showing up.
And hey, if you're watching on TikTok, give us some hearts, because we are trying to get into the to be a TikTok shop affiliate. And when we first started our page, I felt like it was just growing. And now we still get all the likes, but we haven't gotten as many followers.
It's weird because it's every time I click on it, it was like, you have new followers, and but it doesn't count in the.
I know,
it's weird.
Like our number hasn't been going up, so I don't know if we're getting unfollows. I mean, I don't think we're that. I mean, we're pretty funny. Like
we think we are.
Our TikToks are pretty funny.
And we have a lot of TikTok Mighty Moms out there.
Yeah,
and on our TikTok.
Locally, even just locally, like forget about.
So anybody that's new to that's coming on a TikTok and not our followers, be sure to follow us and help us spread autism awareness and inclusion and resources and hope to all of our autism families out there.
And since we do have a lot of people who are local, obviously this is a worldwide podcast, but since we do have a lot of people who are local, I would love to take a minute to tell everybody about all the events that we have coming up.
Oh, let's do that, because our Facebook group seems like they're all our locals, so let's do that.
So
we have a lot.
As you know, that Dee Dee and I both are involved with the Owen Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that serves our Texoma area families, not just kids on the autism spectrum, but kids that have any other sort of disability as well. Mm-hmm. And we always have a basketball camp every July. And so last year we added a cheer clinic that's held at the same time in a different part of the facility. And each year the number of kids who have attended the basketball camp has grown tremendously. So this year we are blessed enough to have the basketball camp and cheer clinic at Grayson College in Denison. So we have a larger facility, which we need because we have an increasing number of
So we have
kids who
over
come.
100 kids last year, and we have to have one-on-one, sometimes two-on-one. So just double that on volunteers. So you could have 300 people on the floor.
Yeah.
And it just makes
It's a lot
wild
when you have a smaller
gym. We're appreciative of Caddo for coming through
Oh my
last year,
gosh.
but we need a bigger gym, like a college gym.
Yeah. And so for some reason, Southeastern isn't able to host us. So maybe that will change.
Was that because of time, or
it was supposedly scheduling conflicts?
Okay.
But I don't know. So
well, we'll have to we'd like to meet with Southeastern for next year because it is a great.
I've talked to a few people about it, and they're going to work on it. But
okay.
Yeah, we definitely need the support from our community to be able to do things like this. And I think sometimes when people aren't affected by it directly, they're just, I don't know.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out. But no, we need a large gymnasium to be able to do this. And honestly, it was perfect at Southeastern. It was perfect.
The reason why I really liked it because the parents could sit up high, watch their kids, observe,
and then the track being around the top.
The kids,
a lot of kids
walked
just
that.
like Owen was on the track the whole time. So our camp is very different in that, yes, we have coaches there, and our director of the camp is Rodney Sneed, and he's volunteering this year to still continue to do it, even though like our board, we have a 3-year term, and then you have to have you're on a hiatus right now.
I'm on a hiatus, but I'll be there.
Excuse me, I've had this weird cough. Like, I'm totally fine, but I think it's allergies. But anyway, he is still going to direct the camp this year. So we have coaches, and he has drills ready
for the kids who are able to participate.
And even
but like Tad and they're going to walk around.
Yeah,
it's a great socialization type.
Yes, but we realize that and that's part of it being an all-inclusive camp is that we want kids to be able to be themselves and step outside of the drills to regulate when they have to do that.
We have lots of activities on the sidelines.
And last year was kind of because it was a smaller space that we were, again, so appreciative to have.
But you couldn't have those smaller little activities going on, especially with kids that, they would take them into the front, but...
And there wasn't, so
there
it was
wasn't
the
much
gym
room
was
in the
plenty
front.
big. It was a gym, right?
Yeah.
And the seating, there was plenty of seating. But the foyer area, at Southeastern, we had all that space.
Yeah.
And we had the
big
hospitality
room,
room that had all of our food and everything in it. So the
and
food
you know
was
what?
contained.
The kids, that was the perfect, where they could...
Yeah, and even Durant High School was nice.
Yeah, they
nice
had the
too.
separate eating area.
Yeah. But I'm excited. I have not actually done a tour of the gym at Grayson, but that's on my agenda for this month because I want to go with our committee, whoever can go from the committee, and take pictures and have a plan because we're implementing so many new things that I think will help things run smoother this year. Not that they haven't been smooth in the past, but last year it was a little wild and crazy.
Yeah.
So
I didn't get to go the full time, but when I was there, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was
overwhelming for
a lot.
And the typical person.
And that's what I think, we want the community to understand is that there's a lot of work that goes into just planning it from the volunteer signups to the kids registration, all that has to be implemented on our website. Sure. We have another amazing board member that served for 3 years and also is on his 1-year hiatus. I don't know what else to call it. Blake Sykes, and oh my gosh.
He does all our tech.
And I've recently discovered ChatGPT, which is life-changing.
Really?
And so we are uploading so many new things to the website. And it's funny because when I heard of ChatGPT the first time, I was like, I'm a writer and I have a writing degree. I don't need that. And so that was so dumb because I can write it and it sounds great, but then I copy and paste it into ChatGPT and it is like,
what does it do?
it just makes it better. Like
it's like a filter for your words.
It just makes it so much better. And so I have been sending Blake all these updates that we want to make to the website, and I'm sure he's like, okay, like
I'm on my hiatus, daggum.
Yeah, no, but he not once, and he's made all the updates.
I feel like the people that on your board have the heart.
Yeah,
and they're going to be there regardless.
And
I mean, we understand we have to take a hiatus, but that's just in writing.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean that.
And it's our bylaws are like that, and they're like that for a reason. There's a you don't.
Well, you want new people to come on, and you want to see their talents and what they bring to the mix. And
so anyway, I'm thrilled about our website. Blake keeps it all updated. Like, and if I need to make a change or if there's something, I just send it to him, and I know it's going to get done, and that's amazing. But anyway, so basketball camp in July. It's July 10th and 11th at Grayson College. You can register your child. It is free. And that's why we need sponsors. So if you're listening and you don't have a child, or you do, or whatever, but you have a business and you want to sponsor, or even if you just want to sponsor as an individual, you can do all of this on our website. So
and it is a nonprofit, so you can write this off on your taxes, which is a big plus.
Yes.
But it's huge. It's what brings our food. It sponsors a child or
the t-shirts,
more.
So we buy
T-shirts are their most expensive, aren't they?
That's probably the most expensive, but although we get a really great deal on them. Shout out to Guyman Brothers in
but still
Denison,
they're expensive.
We
because you need, especially the volunteer. Don't you give them 2 shirts?
Yeah. No, just each volunteer gets a t-shirt and each kid gets a t-shirt.
Oh, okay. I thought that
so
they'd have to get 2 being 2 days.
No,
we did that the first year.
We've done that before. Last year we didn't. Everybody just went home and washed it or wore it again. Yeah. But and also something that we're changing this year is we're going to have you can choose, just like we did the first year, between an AM and a PM session. So we'll have a 9 to 11 and then a 1 to 3.
Okay.
And no, I'm sorry, 9 to 11 and then 12 to 2. So between 11 and 12, we'll have lunch. And so kids who are leaving can have lunch. Kids who are coming in can come early and have lunch. And it'll just be like, I don't know, last year, Taco Casa has sponsored us every year.
They have.
And provided like tacos and burritos, I think, for us every year.
Yeah.
So one day is usually covered. And then, I don't know, one year... I think last year or the year before.
First United did hamburgers.
First United, we'll probably do First United hot dogs.
Hot dogs or hamburgers. Yeah, it was hot dogs. Yeah.
And so anyway, each kid gets a t-shirt, a basketball, a certificate, and then a medal for the camp.
And if you see these kids get their medals, it's
oh my gosh,
it's so heartwarming.
They're so excited. It's pretty cool.
And it makes me tear up because their faces, it's worth. If you can't come to the camp and you want to, you're coming during their medal ceremony because it will warm your heart.
Come on Friday at
11.
It's probably
15.
10:30.
Oh,
if it's 9 to 11.
So 10:30.
10:30 and 1:30.
Yes.
Yeah.
On Fridays because... you know what? Mighty Mamas might go live during that time because I want people to see these kids' faces.
That's a really good idea.
And I can bring the camera and everything. So
I love
we
that.
may do that. That way everybody can experience what we do, and hopefully it'll encourage you to volunteer or give to the Owen Foundation.
And so last year we added the cheer clinic.
Yes.
And it was amazing. And
I was so impressed with what all
you were
they
there
learned.
And you got to see that. Ashley Calhoun is the cheer coach, and she's a volunteer. And I don't know how she taught these kids this thing in 2 days. And
a lot of these kids were nonverbal.
Yeah.
And that just shows you, like, never underestimate, like...
And there was one little girl, remember, that was doing her own thing. And
that's okay.
During it, and it was just beautiful. I remember looking over to Mom, and Mom was like, no. And I'm like,
she's one of our Mighty Moms.
Fine.
She comes to our Mighty Moms.
Yeah.
Jennifer.
We're like, she's fine.
Jennifer was
it was beautiful.
I don't know. And I'm like, it's okay.
She's
That's
doing
why
her
we're
thing.
here. Like,
yeah, this is
and
not
I think that was heartwarming to see, even though I know Mom was stressed, but hopefully she knows now, hey,
you don't have to
you
be.
don't
It's
have
okay.
to be.
Let her do
this
her
is
thing.
normal.
That's
this, we're
why
making
we're
this.
having this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I encourage y'all to come out, and don't keep your kid from coming, and you're welcome to come and volunteer if you.
So you can sign up to volunteer or donate or register your kid at theowenfoundation.org.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really self-explanatory. If you just go there and scroll down, you'll see the events, and then you click on the menu.
We'll put
and
a link in both of these. Both of these lives.
The Owen Foundation.
But we have something coming. We have April is
Autism
Awareness
Month. April is Autism Awareness Month, and
It's funny that we both wear blue and we're talking about.
I was thinking of it. And plus, we have a committee meeting tonight for our 5K.
So we both thought about wearing blue.
Because blue is the Owen Foundation colors, and it's also Autism Awareness color. For us, I know other people have adopted other colors or don't believe it, whatever. But for us, it's blue. So April's Autism Awareness Month, and this year we're going to do our second annual 5K. So the Owen Foundation has partnered with another local mom who now serves on the board of the Owen Foundation, Jenna Grimes. And her mother is also very involved too. And I love that, how close their family is, because our families are like that as well, very supportive. And so her little boy's name is Blaze, which is such a cool name.
I know.
But we have partnered with her last year to host the Owen Foundation Blazing 5K Fun Run. And so we named it after her son too, because she had came to me years ago and said
they participate in many runs for autism.
They have
all over.
They have, and she came to me and she said, I've always wanted to do a 5K and name it after my son Blaze. And a 5K was on our list, but I knew it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And so when she said that, I thought about it for several months, and we were at when Jake Estes did that future planning seminar that we had at First United Bank. I had this thought come to me during his seminar, of course, because I have ADHD brain. And I was like, oh my gosh, we need to have a 5K and call it Blazing 5K. And I wrote it on a piece of paper and slid it over to her, and she was like, yes. So that's how that happened. And
that happened pretty quick.
And that was like fall of 2023.
Maybe November.
Yeah. And then like February, we had a Mighty Moms meeting, and she was like, so we're doing the 5K, right? And I was like, sure, start planning it. And I was thinking for 2025.
Yeah.
And I remember you and her were like, no, this year. And I was like, what?
It can be done this year.
Oh my gosh. And so I remember we didn't really even have a committee. It was just like me, you, and her. It was just me, you, and her mom. And, we were like, if we get 40 people.
We weren't even expecting 20. Honestly,
we thought it would be like our families, because it was kind of thrown together last minute. And then that day before, that Friday before, we did a T-shirt pickup. And then that morning of, we had all these people, we knew we had people registered, but
people just showed up not registered,
that didn't
just
register.
Showed up.
And luckily, we had extra shirts. But I know
we did run out of shirts, though.
We ordered 240 shirts. I don't know why we ordered so many. I think I over-ordered just in case. And we ran out of shirts. So that was insane.
Yeah.
So this year, we have hired a racing company out of Dallas. And Jen and I are meeting.
It will be recordable.
Yes.
For you race runners out there.
So if you're serious about it, which I'm not, but I think we walked like 2 blocks last year, and Owen was like, and I'm like, and it didn't take much convincing. Mom was like, okay,
let's
go back. But anyway, it was fun, and it was really neat to see all those people come together, and there were so many parents there of kids on the spectrum.
Yes.
And that I have never met before, moms and dads and aunts and uncles
grandmas
and grandparents.
Because they could literally participate in the name of their of the child they wanted to. So it meant a lot. And we'll probably do that again this year, I would think, because that's real special to people that
it is
are runners and they run in the name of supporting that family.
And I don't know what the registration fee is going to be. It's going to go up from last year just because last year, like I said, we weren't. I think we did $25 last year, and so
that really just covered the shirt.
And so we need to do a little bit more this year, and I would love to be able for teams to raise money like they do for the St. Jude.
I love that.
Ks.
And the breast care wearing. I think they did that too for that, and they raised a lot of money. Or the shelters or something.
Yeah,
they did.
So
here in
you
Durant.
raise a lot more money that way
per team, or
because we need that to be able to do all the things we have to pay for to have that racing company come in, and the signage,
that is expensive,
everything. And you know what's cool about it? The first year you do it, you have a lot of expenses because you have signage and like all the things that you have to buy the first time. Just like with camp, the first year I was like, oh my gosh, that was expensive. But when I sat down and looked at everything, I was like, yeah, but these things we can reuse year after year after year. So that was awesome. But anyway, so we have the 5K, which is the first thing. It's April 5th. And registration for that is not open yet, but we have a meeting today with our committee. And that will be, I'm assuming, a website through the racing company that we're using. Not our personal, like Owen Foundation website. But I'll find all that out today and report back the next time. But mark your calendar.
April 5th.
April 5th. They're usually at 8:30, I think, in the morning. It's what time we started last year. And I'm sure like kids under the age of whatever will be free, like 12 or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, so 5K on April 5th. Basketball camp and cheer clinic, July. There's Bubba.
Hey, Bubba.
Oh, and Becky.
Hi, Becky.
Oh, love that. So, April 5th, 5K.
And then April 26th, we have the Mighty Moms Conference, which is...
we're so excited about.
We already have booked our venue.
Yes.
That'll be at the Gordon
I am
Event
pumped
Center.
about our venue.
It is neat.
Pumped about our venue. I went to look at it last week.
It's down the road from our studio.
It's right behind. Yeah, it's right here.
It's right here.
Yeah. I thought it was next to his, but it's, you're right. It's around the
it's
corner.
right across from First Baptist.
Yes.
On the back of First Baptist.
And
it's Gordon. I think it's called Gordon Event Center or Gordon.
Now, you remember I sent you that video? We have seating for how many people? 60? Or 90?
No, it was more than that.
So we have seating for 90 people. Beyond that, you would have to stand. Last year we had like 50 or 60. Would you say we had 50 people there?
Yeah, I would say we had 50 come. That didn't count the vendors.
Yeah. So I think we're good. And, hopefully we grow beyond that venue. But using it this year, I'm super excited because it's a beautiful facility.
We'll be able to have 10 to 12 vendors in the front.
Okay.
And let me see.
I think I said it in the video, but I think it's 90.
Oh, it's in the video.
I think it's 90 seats. Very comfortable seats, too. Here forward is 45 chairs. And this
45 chairs.
45 on each side.
Oh, 90.
For a total of 90.
So
we'll have seating for 90. We will have to have, I think we have to have people register, right?
We are. We'll do the event Bright again.
Yeah.
And that's where you can register for your ticket to come. And that'll be April 26th. And I think we'll do it. What time did we say?
And last year we had to do so much work because we had to set everything
That's the thing.
up
this
ourselves.
is already
this year
set up.
Don't.
Vendors can come do their thing.
I'm so thrilled about this. The only thing we have to do is take our 6-foot tables. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah.
Because their tables were 8 feet and we can fit more people in it. And I think most people that go to conferences prepare for a 6-foot table.
And all their little things are probably 6 foot.
Tablecloths. I know mine are, so.
So that's April the 26th. And the time, we're not sure about the time yet. We'll discuss that.
I think 10 to 2 is what tentatively we discussed. But Because last year, I think we tried to do 10 to 1 and it ran over.
It did.
And no one wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Because it was just really great information.
Yeah.
And we'll have lunch. We'll have a 30-minute lunch session in between, and we will provide lunch. And is the ticket free, or is there a cost? It's a $25.
I don't.
We'll work out those details.
I don't remember what the ticket price was, but I thought it was $25.
But I think it's $25. But that covers
that covers your food.
Yeah.
That covers any expenses that that's cost money for the venue.
And we will be very selective about our vendors because we only have room for 10 to 12. But we're going to make sure that the vendors who are there have. It's something that is going to be beneficial or helpful or informative to autism parents.
Yeah.
And this is not just for moms.
No, this is for
we're Mighty Moms
caregivers.
podcast, but dads, our husbands are so
teachers
involved.
who work with autistic children or special needs children.
BCBAs, RBTs, caregivers, grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins.
It was very informative, I felt like.
We had 10 to 15... 12 speakers last year, I think. I can't remember.
I don't know, but
I
was just sat there in awe about it all.
And they're all 15 to 20 minutes, so not nothing where nothing felt like you were having to try to focus.
You have to wait.
It was all just very informative, and it was just great information that everybody brought to us.
So also, we want to reach out to our Mighty Moms community. What do y'all want to hear more about? What kind of speakers would y'all want to come? More on health side, more on behaviors, more on life planning, inspirational. We're going to have all that, but is there anything that we're missing that everybody just really wants to hear more about?
Yeah, because it's hard to pick a favorite, but I loved Chip and Cindy Paul.
Yeah.
And their presentation and just talking about the bioresonance imaging or the scanning.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll be there.
Yeah, we need to let them know the date.
Yeah. So
if you're listening or you're
Cindy,
watching.
she will be, I'm sure.
Yeah, because I just got a few a few friends newly on the TrueMedics products. And they're like, okay, what should I expect?
And if you haven't done the deworm, you need to start it.
Everybody needs a parasite cleanse. It's probably
I was going to start mine tomorrow. Do I want to start today? You don't experience any. I don't even know I'm taking it.
Yeah,
honestly, I don't.
And I didn't experience anything weird.
No,
or anything
it just
like
tastes
that.
like.
It is. I will say it is so gross.
But if you just throw it down and drink.
But you know what? I asked Chip and Cindy, I was like, can y'all come up with something that is more palatable? And
for Owen and Tad.
And so he's like, but think about it, you're literally killing parasites in your body. If something tastes amazing and it tells you that it's killing
all that
parasites,
extra stuff in there,
it's probably not going to work.
Yeah,
because it needs to be potent to get rid of all the stuff. But anyway, so
looking on TrueMedics, because we
pretty much are self-diagnosed ADHD. So let me go over those dates one more time.
Oh yeah, sorry.
April 5th in Durant, Oklahoma, we will have our 5K. Okay, more information coming on that soon. April the 26th, which is also a Saturday, is our second annual Mighty Moms Autism Conference. And more information coming on that soon as well. And then July 10th and 11th is basketball camp and cheer clinic. I have one more event that's new this year that we're going to announce, but I'm waiting to announce that. I'm waiting. It has not been officially announced yet. It's actually on our website. So if you care to go to the owenfoundation.org and go to the homepage and scroll down, you'll see what the event is. It's very exciting. But, if people take the initiative to go see that, then they can go see it. But it will be in June, and it's another sports clinic. And but we just don't have a date yet set for it. That's why it hasn't been announced yet. But we're super excited.
Will that be here? Don't know where.
It will be in Sherman. I can say that. So it will be in Sherman. And I'm so excited that we have some more. Everything's always been in Durant, and we serve the entire Texoma area.
I think
I live in that area.
I think it's good to move places.
I do too. And I also think, like as we grow and maybe we get Southeastern on board, that we have, our big basketball and cheer clinic.
We have both.
We have
Texas
it in 2
and
locations.
Oklahoma. Yeah.
So like we have a week where we do it at Grayson, and then we have a week where we do it at Southeastern.
That would be so great.
And then those 2 facilities are like, and we can
Set in
schedule
stone,
it for next year.
Yeah.
So far we've been able to do our basketball camp and cheer clinic the second week of July every year. And so that's great that we've had that consistency. And so if we can do that, and then as we grow, add, because
do the second and third week.
There's still so many kids out there and parents out there who have never even heard of our events yet. And once they do, and I really feel like once we go into Grayson, then we're going to be pulling people in who are like in Van Alstyne and Whitesboro
and
McKinney and all those areas, because there aren't a lot of camps that are all inclusive, even in the DFW area.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, I know we had a kid that came from Fort Worth, and they stayed in a hotel.
Yeah.
So they could come to the camp. Like, that's incredible. And so if we can offer that in Texas and then one in Oklahoma, then we can certainly, get more kids involved and more families involved, which is the whole point.
I started my parasite cleanse last night. Hey, Becky. Good girl.
Hello, beautiful
Try
ladies.
to remember, he does encourage you to take your parasite or the dewormer on an empty stomach. So, like, first thing in the morning if you can. I understand that some people take medicine in the morning.
Yeah.
Like my thyroid
And you can
pill,
take that with it, too.
It didn't affect that at all. So,
what he recommends is fasting. Is intermittent fasting, remember?
Right. So I was, like she said, she took it last night. Most likely she probably ate supper.
For dinner,
I would try to sleep on it and then take it like at 9.
Yes.
o'clock.
Try to take it in the morning.
And then eat breakfast about 11.
And he said...
Or if you can do it till 1.
Yeah, he said if you can... I'm trying to remember the very first time that we met him and had our scan. And when they come back, we need to do a scan and compare. So if they come in April...
We'll do a live then too, because I want them to
scan.
We need to get with Chip on that too, because
maybe he can come early and do our scan. We'll go live
and compare him from last year to this year.
And we will have him have our report from last year, and on the live he can share. And
Me too. I don't mind.
Y'all are gonna get to hear all of the stuff, but I
hope
love
he
that.
says my H. pylori is gone. But I have to say, I had to start that blast again because I could tell
something was up.
Like,
but isn't it amazing though to know that you can go back and you have this product?
I just took it. I took it for 6-7 days.
Yeah.
And I do feel better.
Yes. And so the H. pylori and what's the other thing called? Oh, I hate when I have like cognitive.
Which one?
You know what I need to take from them is that focus.
I was going to this morning and I left it at home.
That stuff
we need to
works.
keep it up here, a bottle up here, because Cindy gave me that before the conference because I was nervous.
That focus
and I felt like I was like, I could
just
really
like,
focus.
I will take it and I'll sit down with my to-do list and I don't feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Because if you've been watching us,
we're
our
just
podcast,
like, squirrel.
Yes. If you've been watching us for even more than one episode, you know that we are all over the place. Okay. But also, too, we're like, we have 30 minutes to
30
minutes. Every time somebody says 30 minutes, I go 30 minutes and they just look at me like,
we haven't done that TikTok. We're going to do it.
Anyway.
But anyway, check it out.
We
True
are
Medics,
all over
we'll
the
put
place.
that link in our comments here. It's also on our Facebook. Hey, TikTok, if this ban or whatever's going on, I might be flagged on that.
Then follow us on Facebook.
Facebook, all of our followers, we have over 12,000 followers, which they never show up on lives for some reason on Facebook. And also check out our YouTube for our It's Mighty Moms podcast on both. But I hope that doesn't happen with our TikTok group because we're growing.
I feel like even if it does, they'll reinstate it. And I also saw a guy that did a live, and he said he lived in India and they banned it there. But all that meant was that you couldn't download it after the ban. So, like, if you already had it, and he was like, if you don't have TikTok by now, are you really going to get TikTok?
Yeah,
probably
true.
Not. So he was like,
hey, but if you aren't on TikTok and you want to be,
go ahead and get on.
Get on there and follow us.
Create your
Mighty
TikTok
Moms
account.
Beyond the Pod.
Yeah.
And I'm not really worried about the TikTok thing on happening, but
I mean, and we would love to have our affiliate thing, but wouldn't that stink to get it and then
and then bam.
Oh, just kidding. Just kidding.
I've been buying everything off the TikTok shop, so I even got my own account because I felt guilty about like buying off Naughty Moms. I mean, I used my card, but I was like, I'm gonna get my own TikTok. That way, I can buy my own stuff. And I haven't been able to grow my followers much either,
me
so
either.
I'm not worried about it.
I had one that like got like 100 and something thousand views, and it got like 4,000, I don't know, in the thousands on likes, but low thousands. I don't remember how many. And so you get excited and you're like, oh, it's going to take and then nothing.
Have you not been accepted in the TikTok shop on
I
your
haven't
page?
applied.
You need to.
I know I need to.
I don't have that option because I only have 100 and something followers.
I don't know where you look for that option.
I'll show you when we're done.
I created a TikTok account in 2020 because
you should, especially,
we were closed in and my oldest son and I started doing some TikToks together and they're goofy. Anyway, I need to go through and probably delete a bunch that I did on my own.
I know, don't do that though, because they say it messes. They mess up your.
Oh, does it really? Okay. Well, anyway,
I don't know.
But then I got off and I didn't
get
on it for like 2 years, or I would like get on it and then see that I had a bunch of messages and I would just get overwhelmed. Like people had sent me funny stuff or whatever, and then I just wouldn't even check them. And so finally I got back on when we decided to get on, and so. I don't know if that messed things up, like that I was on it and then I was off and didn't. Because they say the idea is that you
have to continuously be consistent with the engaging.
You have to engage. Yeah. You have to watch a full entire video, watch a live,
and you have to like
give
it,
hearts
then you
on a
share
live.
it, and then and by the way, we have no hearts, so you people on TikTok,
please just give us some hearts. Don't make us beg. Okay,
I hate begging.
You just have to tap.
But I ain't too proud to beg.
Yeah.
I'm excited about, we're doing a podcast after this. It's going to be, you'll have to wait for it to
It won't be live, but it will be on YouTube later this week.
Yeah, and it's with Lynn Greenwood.
All of our podcast platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lynn Greenwood, and she's an author, and it's a book about dyslexia. It's Robbie, the Dyslexic Taxi, and the Airport Adventure. So we'll be talking about dyslexia and how that affects so many people all across the world.
This is my kind of book too.
Yeah, let's show them the book.
If you don't know about my reading habits, this is the extent of my reading habits.
Stop it.
I have a massive library of amazing, like self-help, inspirational, spiritual.
What was the one where
you
had the organizational book and you're like, never done that one.
And I don't know.
And you found it in some totes when you were moving.
It was the Marie Kondo organizing and tidying or whatever, and I found it in a bin while I was cleaning out my garage, and I'm sitting there holding the book, and it says like something life-changing about being tidy or whatever, and I'm holding it, and then in my peripheral is all the junk that we've accumulated over the years and haven't tidied up. So that was ironic, but
this book
is my kind of read.
It is so
I read
cute.
it in
her son is
about 3 minutes.
Her son's Jonathan Greenberg.
Oh, it's her son.
I thought it was her husband, but it's her son.
Okay,
Jonathan, and he illustrated. He went to the Art Institute of Chicago. He's a graduate.
He has dyslexia,
and he
illustrated
this whole book.
And it's a children's book, but I love it. I loved it. It was a good read, but all the illustrations are. Look at that. I love
it's
that.
Really neat.
That would
but
be so cool
they plan on
frame.
writing multiple books on, for neurodivergent children. And so I'm excited that she might do one for autism and ADHD
we will,
and all that. So, but dyslexia was something that I knew about, but I didn't know much about, and I got to research on that, so I enjoyed that, learning more about dyslexia.
It's
if you
published by Creative CabCompany.com. Is that their
that's their publishing company.
Okay.
Or that might be the publishing company that they use. Yeah. But we're going to get to interview Lynn Greenberg here in a minute, and that'll air next Tuesday or Thursday. I can't remember. It might even be out this Thursday if I get my tail together.
But we're not making any promises.
No promises. But we will, whoever's on our live next week, we want to give out a free copy of this book. So be sure you
can be anywhere in the U.S.
Join us live, and we'll
if
mail
you're local, you can pick it up.
We'll do a drawing, and we'll mail that to you. So
I love that. Maybe we should do a entry like between now and then. Do a video where we're like, hey, we're going to give this book away. Like, comment, share, or whatever to
maybe like
to be entered.
Yeah, like do a taxi emoji or something. Yeah, that's cute.
I love that.
Well, so guys, we'll do that. We got to wrap it up, though.
We're out of time today because we are about to do a podcast with our guest, Lynn Greenberg. So we will see you next Monday, and have a good week.
Thanks, guys, for joining. Bye.
Okay, Mighty Moms, we're signing off.
Connect with us on our Mighty Moms socials, submit your topic ideas, and share it all.
Follow us at Mighty Moms Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Also, visit our website at mightymomspodcast.com. And remember, together we are a worldwide cult of Mighty Moms. Real bitch.
Listen, my carpets used to be a struggle to keep clean. Between 2 boys and 2 fur babies, I was always cleaning up spills and stains. Then I found Ray at ChemDry, and basically I've had him on speed dial ever since. So when you need your carpets, furniture, or even hardwood floors cleaned, call or even text ChemDry. Ray will get you all cleaned up. Founded, owned, and operated by nurses, Angels of Care Pediatric Home Health's clients are at the heart of everything they do. Proudly serving the medically fragile community since 2000, Angels of Care offers private duty nursing services, speech, physical, and occupational therapies, and respite care across the nation. We are also happy to announce we have started offering services in Colorado. Please visit angelsofcare.com or call 855-45-ANGEL for more information. Get your halos on.
If you've been in an automobile accident or have vehicle damage, S&L Collision Center is the body shop to call for all your auto body repair needs. Larry Hallmark and family have been in business for many years. They are honest and do exceptional work. I have had all of my vehicles repaired by them and have always been satisfied with their work. So if you're in the need for auto body repair, call S&L Collision Center at 580-924-5958. Blackburn Plumbing and Air provides high-quality plumbing, heating, and air conditioning services in Durant, Oklahoma, and throughout the Texoma region. With a proven track record for getting exceptional results, they are ready to take on even the most challenging plumbing and HVAC issues.
Contact them at 580-775-1779 to schedule your appointment today.
Has your Texoma area kiddo recently been diagnosed with autism? You received an order for ABA therapy but have no idea what ABA therapy is or where to enroll your child to receive ABA therapy? Well, look no further than the Owen Academy. TOA was opened in early 2024 and is owned by a local autism mom who has previous business experience in opening varying categories of clinics in Texas and Oklahoma. But most importantly, she has real-world experience navigating life as an autism mom. The Owen Academy has gone above and beyond to create a beautiful and imaginative environment in their now 2 clinic locations in Durant, Oklahoma, to ensure that their therapy techniques are always child-led and play-based. The Owen Academy is proudly serving many families in Bryan, Atoka, Grayson, and Marshall counties with a goal to always expand when and where there is a need.
In addition to their warm and inviting therapy clinics, the Owen Academy has gone the extra mile to ensure the qualifications, compassion, heart, and stamina of their board-certified behavioral analysts and registered behavior technicians. At TOA, we are a family. We would love for you to join us and help us continue to create awareness and compassion for individuals with autism in our community. If you're looking for a career in autism therapy or looking to enroll your child in our therapy services, email us today at info@theowenacademy.com or call 580-706-OWEN. That's 580-706-6936. The Owen Academy, where possibilities are limitless.
Bushwhackers Land Clearing and Brush Grinding Services provide cost-effective land clearing and brush grinding services in Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, and the surrounding areas. Their environmentally conscious approach keeps soil disturbance to a minimum and can clear without leaving brush piles to burn. They provide commercial land clearing, farm, ranch, pasture clearing, and ROW and pipeline clearing. For all your land clearing needs, call or text Jerry at 580-920-5039 to get your estimates today.
Ladies, let me tell you about my personal experience with Plumped Injectables and Beauty Bar in Durant. Yes, I get Botox like clockwork every 4 months. There's no shame in it for me. I love that I've been able to watch my forehead lines and crow's feet disappear over the last year, and I can't imagine now ever not getting Botox from Randy and her girls at Plumped. Their location here in Durant has such a serene and peaceful vibe. As soon as you walk in the door, you're greeted with a sweet hello and the scent of their very own signature diffuser oil. From Botox, lip flips, and microfacials to lash and eyebrow tinting, hydrating facials, body sculpting and waxing, and so much more, Plumped has all of your top-tier beauty essentials covered. Get your Plumped on by calling 580-634-2852 or emailing plumpedbeautybar@gmail.com. Visit plumpedbeauty.com to see their comprehensive list of services and see what the buzz is all about. If you're into building your own pizza, salad, or dessert with the most incredible toppings, look no further than the Corner Crust, a uniquely curated pizza cafe on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Durant, Oklahoma. And if you're not in the mood to build your own pizza, they have all your traditional pizzas on the menu, plus some fun and flavorful options like pickle pizza and Mexican cowboy. Yeehaw! Follow the Corner Crust on Facebook for special events like live music by local featured artists, teen night, motorcycle night, or karaoke night. If we can say one thing about the Corner Crust, it's that they have options, and options make the world go around. Visit the Corner Crust Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., or book your special event by calling
580-380-4290.